Cool. We're good to go. We're good to go. All right, guys. So, per the usual, we're going to do our live as a Roid Sage, where we are going to go ahead and take your questions as we go through them and just kind of try to provide as much insight as possible. I'll be honest, I didn't invite Adam this time because I just forgot. But anyways, regardless of that fact, you can ask as many questions as you like, and we will go through and answer as many as we possibly can. Of course, there's nothing off the table, but if we can't answer anything, we're going to do our best to try to find you the right answers. So, with that being said, how you doing, Seth? Doing good. Uh, it'll pop up. I have it put in the middle, so as soon as someone comments, it'll pop up. But yeah, this is a whole new setup too. So if the audio sounds bad, you guys, or anything else, just please let us know because I have no idea. Yeah. So, guys, we started a Skool group, and I just wanted to bring this up because I think it's really important. We started a Skool group, and it's like, honestly, it's a really cool place to just literally get basic information all the way up to advanced information. You can join for free right now if you want to. It does not cost you anything. You can literally join today, get free workouts, workout anything. He said he can't hear stuff. Shit. Can't. You sure? I'm pretty sure you can hear Seth. Shay, can you hear Seth now? But anyways, the Skool group is like one of the places to be for all of this information. I'm looking at it right now. We have a fully built out training, nutrition course, over-the-counter supplement course. All these things are sort of in process of being built too. We're going to come out with an advanced supplement source, much more too. So really excited. We have even freaking what's her nuts on there. Scientific snitch. Okay, so they're saying they can't hear you, but I don't know why they can't hear you. You're live on my end. Let me go on my phone and check really quick. Maybe you're just soft, like as a male. Yeah, guys. So please ask questions. I don't think Seth can hear you, Colton. Please ask questions. So happy to answer anything we can. We're gonna be doing these. I'm gonna be on live on Skool as well tomorrow. Can you say something, Seth? Just because I'll listen to it here. Let me see. Hmm. Oh, should be good. Yeah, I mean, I can't hear you. Very interesting. You're on collab. Very interesting.
I like the interface, and you can tell that the quality's better than StreamYard, but Streamlab.
Everything should be green. I changed his input.
Is that better?
What's up, Edgar? Hey, now it works. I'm
You
a
can hear me
fucking
now?
genius. Yeah.
Okay, sweet. I still can't see the chat
Look at that.
on my end, but I can bring it up on my phone.
Fucking look at that. Oh, so technically capable.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, bro. So yeah, guys, ask questions, man. That's what we're here to do. We're basically here to answer questions as much as we can. I'm gonna be at the Arnold tomorrow, so hopefully see some of y'all there. If you're going, I don't know if anyone's going, but I'll be there. So come hang out with your homie. I don't actually know what's gonna happen if we have like a booth or anything set up, but I'm gonna be there for sure. Do you really okay? You do really good fitness. Do you think you'll ever do one on Kai from Formula Secrets? I don't remember that guy. Kai from Formula Secrets. Do you remember him? I don't know.
Let's see, it's Kai Green, and I'm not gonna watch the fucking grapefruit video on here. So
Yeah. Formula Secrets.
Do either of you have experience in Melanotan? Just a little bit, just a tiny bit. Actually, I need to inject a little bit of it tonight too.
He turns orange.
It's not really orange. It's more like Mexican. It's just straight dark.
Yeah. Straight dark.
I'm like paper white. I'm like whiter than Colton. Like typically, when I use Melanotan, like that's what all my pictures from the last like year are, especially my ones in the summer. So I turn about 10 shades darker. But the way I do it too is I use the Melanotan and like the tanning lotion that's supposed to protect your skin. Use that, but then I also add in Bondi Sands Gold. It's like a fucking foam. You put it on at night, go to bed. It gives you like an extra shade or two. It's a green base for people with white skin, so it doesn't make you look orange. So, pro tip.
Yes, I'm researching Kai Formula Secrets. So apparently he was selling brewing kits or something for a ton of money. The lore I understand is that he was a dude who charged $1,000 for homebrew info, and interesting. He charged people $29 a month for email information on homebrewing. I honestly have never heard of this dude, man.
Sounds like Chase Irons.
He has a new website. Huh. I don't know, man. I'll check it out. It's very interesting.
The one thing you got to be careful with Melanotan, though, is it gives you like mega random boners. So, like, if you're going to the gym or trying to be productive at work, you got to be aware of it.
Dude, that's a problem I like to have. I want fucking boners.
I do, but if I'm sitting there like doing physical therapy in my scrubs, and every time I stand up, I get a raging fucking boner, it's a little bit of a problem.
That's a big problem. You don't want that.
No.
That's fucking crazy. No, I like it because it's like, I feel like I'm getting a penis workout. You know, like the more erections I get per day, it's basically more repetitions, which possibly means that I'm growing my penis.
Well, I also use it as part of my sex stack, usually in that, Cialis, Melanotan, put them together. Sometimes you got HCG in there too, and that makes you extra horny. It's a good one.
I love HCG. That's like probably the most potent sexual driver for me, HCG.
Yeah. Yeah, you stack those three in Tren, go all night.
Dude. It's over.
And you won't even nut because of the trend, so you can just keep going.
Yeah, you just fucking endless. Horrific. One of the best experiences, but also one of the worst experiences.
Yeah.
Struggling to find any information on SLU-PP bioavailability. Basically, you have have you noticed any differences in oral versus injectable? Personally, no. But I haven't had I got one injectable vial, but taking that versus the oral, I'll be honest, I didn't notice any differences at all. So it's hard to say whether it does anything differently. I don't. There's the problem is like with most of these compounds, they're experimental compounds that don't have backed human clinical research. SLU has a bit, but not enough, and probably with most things, I think probably injectable would be more bioavailable, but how much more? I don't know. Like, is it like L-carnitine where it's like significantly more? Okay, that's viable, but if it's like 5% more, like I'd rather just take the oral compound. And I've certainly not seen any sort of like hepatic dysfunction created from taking SLU-PP at all. So for me, I would just stay with oral, to be fair. I've been using transdermal SLU spray for a week, and it's pretty good. Spray? Where'd you find that?
You spray under your balls or what?
Yeah, right under that chimney, man. Is low-dose Tren 5 to 10 milligrams daily a good alternative to turning up the heat in the winter? Or very good question. I would say that your DNP is probably going to be wildly effective for that, especially just all day long, pretty much all day and night, no matter what. Where trend is primarily a nighttime exclusive thing.
We
Pretty
missed
much a
Shay's
nighttime
question.
exclusive things. Huh?
So we missed one of Shay's questions.
How long,
How long does it take? Yeah, that one.
I would say, I guess you have more experience in it. For me, it's like 2 weeks, but I've only used it like twice, and it's kind of been a horrible result, to be honest.
Yeah, so the first week it makes me real sick is the flushing and shit. So I usually start out at like 250 micrograms and I build up to like 600 or more. I don't know. I start just scaling it up and then kind of go to like 15 on the syringe. I used to have it mathed out. There's a calculator online you can use, but I kind of found like Derek more plates more dates on his website. He had a protocol. He babied the shit out of it. At this point, I don't baby it that hard anymore, but I'll start out still like 250 for a week or two. Once I'm not getting sick, I just bump it up to like 500 and then 600 and then probably 1,000-ish by the end. But I also scale that with the tanning, so I might start like 3 minutes, then 5 minutes, and then go for like 7 or 9 after that. But I always do the stand-up bed, so I only go like 9 total. I don't try to lay in there for 20 minutes.
That's pretty fair. I usually do like 250 to 500, and then kind of stop there. 500 micrograms.
Yeah, I got 10 vials coming next week, so
how many milligrams per vial?
5 or 10. I don't remember. I got SLU coming in that one too. 10 vials of that, so I'm gonna use that.
Have you used the injectable yet?
No. That's why I asked you last week about your experience with it, because I was gonna order it, then I did, and the day after I ordered it, a source reached out and was gonna give me some for free to like post on my story, and I was like, all right, well,
shit, yeah, dude.
I got more.
That's what's up. Yeah. The Chinese one?
Could have saved money. No, this is a domestic.
Okay. Hey, if you guys want to know, Skool group down below, just send us a message in there.
Yeah.
Lots of sources. So yeah, that's that on SLU PP and Melanotan too. I'd say, have you ever tried PT-151? Is that what it is?
141.
Yeah,
it's just melanotan without the tanning part though. So it's like,
is it pretty much an equivalent effect for you?
I've never used them. No, there's no point. I mean, I want the tanning part.
Yeah.
They use it for females to make them horny and like
Right.
remove the tanning part because they thought the tanning part was dangerous and they realized no, it's actually people laying in the tanning beds was the problem. Go figure.
That's what I use it for, is when women are complaining about like having clients or having like a minimal sex drive, I'll use that compound.
Like on prep?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because especially like their husbands get all bullshitty and stuff. Mm-hmm. So yeah. Sick. Thanks, bro. Do you shoot it every day or only pre-tan? I usually. I'll let you answer.
It's got a long ass half-life, so I don't always do it pre. Because I mean, you think once you burn the shit out of your skin, it's got to repair for like, I think they say I think you're supposed to wait 48 hours of tanning again, but some people do it every day. I don't do it that often. But yeah, I just inject it sometime either before or after within a couple hour window. And the melanotan stays in your system forever. And it takes you a while to rebuild the skin cells. So the melanocytes happen and do their thing. I do think it works better, a little better, like faster if you do it before, but I've done it after for a long time. It still worked.
Interesting. Yeah, I couldn't tell you. I don't have like the most. I just do it 3 times weekly. That's kind of how I've always done it.
Yeah, I don't do the whole loading thing either. I just do it on the times I tan.
I will say that it has it always like will make me feel ill. Like I'll always feel like very nauseous after taking it.
Yeah, that goes away from me. But then again, I'm the person that just went up to 8 milligrams of Retta and I feel fine. So
true. You're a freak. You're a freak. Dude, I don't know what the fuck. I've been actually, now you say that, I think I got like a bunk vial from a different source because I took straight 10 milligrams because I took 2, didn't feel anything. Took 4, didn't feel anything. So I went up to 6. This is day after day. I'm like, dude, I'm not feeling anything. Like, I'm still just as hungry. I did a straight 10 and I'm like, I don't feel that much suppression anymore. And I'm like hoping there's not this adaptive response to it to where if you use it long enough, you sort of lose sensitivity to it. And maybe that's happening in your case because I certainly am not feeling any hunger suppression anymore.
Yeah, I mean, after the first like after a couple days, after the first couple days, I really feel it, then it kind of fades. I've noticed. But like, yeah, that first day after, I remember last week, I think it was Friday, I injected it. I did legs, and then of course doing my intra workout shake, it was just like fucking sitting there. I got that little hernia, and if like I have a ton of fluid in my stomach, it just sits there and pokes out. I had to sit there on the leg press, like rubbing it out, because it just wasn't digesting. Because my fast digestible shit went to slow digesting.
Yeah.
Because of the Retta. And that was the day after I did it. So, but then as the week goes on, I feel less and less.
Definitely not legit Reddit at that dose. I'll take your guys' word for it, because that's also too. I was like, they're very odd compared to what I've experienced before. And I was just like, man, maybe I'm just like abusing the shit out of a GLP-1 and like not getting the benefits.
But I was losing 3 pounds a week at maintenance calories. Like, what was it, a month and a half ago when you had me at maintenance calories, and I was losing 3 pounds a week on it. So it was doing something.
Yeah, it's massive. Like, I think it massively modulates fat loss potential. Joshua Perry, it turns off appetite, not hunger. I agree too. It turns off like the desire to fucking eat the stupid shit. Like,
that's what I noticed. Like, if I'm at my desk doing calls all day, I'll sit there and I don't remember how many fucking meals I ate. I'm like, shit, did I eat 2 or did I eat 3 or did I eat 4? I forget. Typically, I will know exactly how many meals I ate, and if I missed one, I would fucking know. But with the Reddit, I just don't even think about it. It just goes away.
Yeah, that's what happened today. I ate once, and then I was like, worked out, came back home, started working, and then before we got on, I was like, fuck, I gotta eat, dude. Like, I haven't ate anything. So I ate a shit ton of fucking, dude, tomato basil rice cakes was my shit. That's my favorite fucking. Oof.
That and yogurt.
Yeah, dude, that's what I had. Yogurt and tomato. I'm not even kidding. That was my meal. I like spooned up some yogurt and fucking had a couple rice cakes and called her good. That was it. How long does PT-141 last? I think Edgar is exactly right. I think that's the experience that I've had as well. Apparently, Jay Gambler just injects his wife with it at night, though. So I don't know if that's ethically okay, but hey. Would using GH and a GLP-1 like retatrutide combined possibly cause an issue with insulin? Feel like I went hypo a few times. Potentially. I don't think so, though. I have not seen that in practice. What I have seen, though, is like that combo massively elevating heart rate and blood pressure. So retatrutide elevates heart rate quite frequently, but blood pressure too with both of them.
It elevates my heart rate the first day after injecting still, but the first week I took it, I did it the whole week, and more significantly because I was like in the 90s. But yeah, I don't know. I was having low blood pressure issues too, but I also started a trend that lowers my blood pressure along with retatrutide, the GH, and doing a ton of cardio. So I think it's just lower in the first place. Because I was taking telomethasartan for a little while, and my blood pressure was like 103 over 77. I'm like, yeah, we're not taking that today.
Yeah, it's crazy low. It's ridiculous. 32 ounces of Greek yogurt. It was close. It was 12, 24. It was 48 ounces. 48 ounces of Greek yogurt. It was one of the. I'm addicted to these fit. What are they called? Fit. Fuck. You guys know what they are. Like fit. Oh my god. You know what I'm talking about? Like those little cups of fucking Greek yogurt. What are they called? Fuck. They're so.
I sent
good.
you that new thing I've seen in the gas stations. They're like Chobani's that are like a little protein like shooter of like yogurt.
Yeah, I've seen those.
I keep wanting to get one and try it, but it's like 30 grams of protein in it. But
the light and fit. Oh my god, these things are fucking crack cocaine, dude. I don't even care. I got some heat from posting these online because some bitch was like, I wouldn't eat fucking artificial sweetener in the morning. Yuck. I'm like, dude, who cares? This shit tastes so good. The motherfucking cheesecake one. Oh my god, man.
Was she fat too?
Probably. I didn't check.
They're always more worried about. They're more worried about that than the fucking calorie deficit usually.
They have this one too. This one's a banger. The fucking I don't even know what this is. It's like a creme brulee thing.
It looks like fucking grilled cheese.
God, dude, fucking delicious, man. This one. I'm sorry, I'm a fucking advocate for this company. I'd be an investor in this company. The pumpkin the pumpkin pie, dude. Oh my fuck, this is unreal. It's seasonal though. You can't buy it all year round. It's seasonal.
Yeah, Josh, I noticed if you watch my blood work thing in school, my triglycerides and my most recent blood work were almost off the range, like low since
That's
doing
crazy.
Retta. It's like in the 30s or 40s or some shit like that.
No shit.
Yeah.
Dude,
It's
that's
all the
so
way down.
good.
Like there's the scale, it's like all the way off the scale, like low triglycerides.
Wow. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
It's in there
Even
in
on
school.
even on a statin.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
It's
fucking
pretty,
nuts, man.
pretty good shit.
I use Retta 1 to 5 milligrams weekly, and 5 I use of GH nightly push me out of prediabetes. I bet. Light and fit. Samantha knows what's up. No, I'm on Fairlife protein shake train. Easiest 30 grams of protein in my life. Even my wife likes it. I don't know, man. I don't like drinking my protein. I just have like a vendetta against that.
I don't love it either. But once a week now that I got Ninja Creamy, though, I'll make like a Ninja Creamy fucking protein thing just to change it up. But other than that, that's like one meal a week. But
Yeah,
I'd rather eat it too, for the most part.
I feel that. 100%. 100%. Who the fuck just said, is Colton secretly a white girl? I might be. I might be. You never know. Lots of transgenders out there these days. I could be one
Yeah,
of them.
just go on our Discord and they're debating about it. Him and Sean and all those guys. I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah. How does Tren lower blood pressure? I thought it raised it.
I just think it's a water retention thing, honestly. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah.
Because I naturally hold a lot of water usually, but
I'd say that it's also a combination of probably just like an overall reduction of things that cause an estrogenic effect, possibly.
yeah.
I don't know. I haven't seen that often. I think you're a very unique case with that specifically. I've had like one other client in my history of coaching that has had a positive response in a physiological sense to Tren, like where their health metrics improve whilst using Tren. It's crazy.
Yeah, DECA's the exact, or NPP is the exact opposite for me, though. It absolutely fucking wrecks me. Everything gets fucked up.
Yeah, same. That's the shit that like will always give me nosebleeds. If I'm running it for a little bit or a long bit, I'll usually get nosebleeds, even if I have like Telmisartan in.
Even if the blood pressure is good, or does it just raise your blood pressure that much?
I think it just acutely raises my blood pressure. Like if I'm stimulated, if I've drank like a lot of caffeine, or specifically I'm working out. Like if I'm doing like a heavy load, for like this example, like a leg press, I'll always get a nosebleed if I'm doing MPP. But my blood pressure will read fine in like the morning or something. So I think it's just intra workout. Personally. Seth, you're looking big, homie. You want to cut, or are you growing right now?
Yeah, I'm on a cut.
Yeah, you've been on a
smaller
cut.
by the day. Yeah.
I think you looking, or you literally being smaller, is making you look bigger, though. I think it's in there.
Yeah, that's just one of those where you get the illusion because you see all the cuts and everything.
Yeah. Did you just see like more of the insertions?
Yeah. I'm about to start railing some SLU before workouts too and see how that works. Do you notice a power input increase too, or is it just like cardio?
I just noticed cardio. Like I could do cardio for days on it, to be honest.
So I think Steve was talking it up, like it improved his like gym performance too, but I didn't know how much of it was just placebo or.
Dude, here's the story, man. I thought I was fucked, bro. I thought something was wrong with my body. I have been like off any kind of Skool for a long time. I've just been pinning TRT, if that, like 200, 250 milligrams, maybe once weekly, usually more. Recently, I've been feeling like dog shit, dude. I'd wake up, I'd be tired. I'd like be halfway through the day, I'd be tired. Like I'd be tired all of the time and fall asleep. Like I couldn't stay awake. It was really weird. And then I'm like thinking, I'm like, dude, what's going on? I'm troubleshooting all these things. Like maybe it's mitochondrial function. So I like start blasting SLUPP. I start blasting MOTS-C, methylene blue. Nothing changes. Still fucking tired throughout the day. I'm thinking like, what's going on, dude? Like, what is this shit called? Like my workouts are trash. I'm not getting a pump. And I'm thinking like, what are the problems? And then I remember for like the past 4 weeks, I've been saying I got to inject testosterone. And then I go to do it, and I've realized that I've ran out of testosterone. So I don't do it. And then I keep forgetting to order more testosterone. So I come back and I just start working again. I'm like, go, oh shit, I got to inject testosterone. And then so like I troubleshoot all these fucking things. I start taking all these medications. Lo and behold, I've just not fucking injected the testosterone. So I'm like, probably very hypogonadal. And so then I just loaded up like 250 mgs and just shot it. And then like the next day, I was like, man, I feel fucking great. And so I was like, it's funny because I think people really think that those things will save them, the SLUPP and MOTS and shit. They help, but man, I have never felt so drawn out and fucking tired as I did like in that moment, even with all those compounds in my system and like everything helping me out. It was wild, dude. And so like this today, I fucking pinned that 250 mgs, took 20 mgs of Anavar because I'm going to the fucking Arnold. Want to look big as shit. I was just pumped, dude. I was like so pumped, and my workout was fucking great, and I was strong. I was like, dude, it looks like I gained 10 pounds of muscle after I just pinned a CC of fucking Test. It's crazy. Yeah, Test is my
Yeah,
anti-drug.
I've kind of got to where I used to always have my Test like in a locked up case and everything, like hidden, and now I'm just like fuck it in the nightstand because I forget about it otherwise. So it's just like pull it out when I take a shower.
Dude, it's so weird because I went through these phases of like I would get excited to pin. So like I started the journey and I was nervous to pin. I'd be like, fuck, man, I don't want to pin. Like I get so scared of this shit. I don't want to, deject myself. Like it's scary. That's where it started. Then it converted into, okay, pinning is not hard. I'm excited to pin because I know it means more progress and like I'm gonna make fucking good gains and shit. And it's like part of it's just like I'm on that routine. I pin on this day, pin at this time. We're good to go. And then it turned into, fuck, I don't want to pin because it's just like this tedious task of what, like just even jabbing myself is just such a bore. So it just turned into like this thing where I don't even sterilize. I just go straight in with it, like reuse the same insulin needles, just get it done. And now it's just like, I totally forget. I just don't even fucking do it anymore. So it's like, God damn it.
Yeah, I don't go that far. I feel like when I'm on blast, I get excited to do it. But then like if I'm like a cruise, like, I'm like, fuck this, I forget half the time.
Yeah, dude. I just like don't even remember. It's so weird because like normally I always used to be on it, but now it's just like I could give a fuck. I don't really care.
I'm still paranoid about sterilizing though.
I just pin that shit all day long, dude. I use the same needles, insulin syringes. Don't even give a fuck.
I use 2 1 milliliter ones and I like 27 gauge, like tiny boom boom.
Really?
Both flats here. Yeah, the Chase likes doing that too, using the 1 milliliter so you can push through easier. So you just a small needle.
Huh.
Because I almost never do legs or glute because glute fucks up my cardio too. So I usually do rear delts, lats, and then sometimes lateral delt.
I just do straight, like when I was like really pushing shit, I was doing just the 5cc barrels, dude. Just like,
Jesus. All that oil just sitting there. Oh, tricep.
Dude, and it was just like that too, where it was hard to push through. So you had to like really fucking hammer on it. And you'd be pressing your thumb in so hard that it would like bend the stopper out this way. And you're like, Jesus Christ, man, this is ridiculous.
Oh, and sometimes what I've noticed is when I do like the full 3cc barrel, especially if it's grapeseed oil, not MCT, like I still have them. I actually don't mind the 1.5-inch needles, but they're fucking 25s.
Yeah.
So I've actually bent them before because I'm pushing so hard, sitting on the fucking sink, like going in the glue.
Yeah, I've done the same thing. Or like get tired, and so my hand gets lazy, like slowly kind of move down.
I'll cramp up, be like, oh fuck, like I'm like sitting there trying to use my other hand and shit.
Yeah, you're like, dude, what's going? If anyone walked in on me, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Craziest shit.
That's why you date nurses.
Yeah, let them do it. I've also like, dude, when I first got on, I was 20 years old. And this was after I won my like PNBA pro card, and I was dating a 19-year-old girl. And I was like, I just was so scared of pinning. I was like, can you please pin me? Like, please. And back then, that's when I did the glutes. And so she like was like super scared herself. She looked up a manual online. She's like, okay, I think I got this. Like, let's try it. And so I had a fucking name, man. I had like, it was like 23 gauge needle. So it was a huge fucking needle. And we were just doing it in my glute. And she said, sit down on a chair. So I sat down on the chair. And she literally, bro, I was not prepared. She went boom like that, like straight in, just into my fucking ass cheek. I screamed. I was like, oh, because she did not hit at the right spot. Immediately, she freaked out, pulled it back out, like immediately. So she basically just stabbed me and pulled back out. And then blood sprayed everywhere, dude. I couldn't walk. It was, I thought I had to go to the hospital. One of the worst experiences of my life, man. It was terrible. After that, I was like, nah, I'm doing this shit myself.
The girl I was talking to recently, she was telling me that like when she found out her ex, like she kind of knew he was cheating on her and he was like a big trend goblin. she didn't have concrete evidence. So what she started doing was using the same needle like to draw and then pin, but purposely like also dulling it, and then just pinning like the dullest fucking needle into him.
Oh my
Hoping he'd get an infection or just make it hurt.
That's crazy. Dude,
and she's like, I did this for like a month and he didn't realize I was doing it. But
I'll be honest, it's pretty hard to get, don't quote me on this, but it's pretty hard to get an infection. Like you have to be a dirty motherfucker to really, I'll be the guy to say that. I don't think anyone should try it, but man,
it sometimes happens no matter what you do. But yeah, it's not a high chance. Let's put it that way. Yeah. I mean, Boston Lloyd would use the same insulin needle for months at a time and not get it. So
yeah, he would use the same needle like 40 or 50 times.
He would use it till it breaks.
Yeah,
that's crazy,
gnarly shit. And then he'd use sink water to reconstitute his peptides. That shit's fly. I wouldn't go that far, man. Training questions for big arms: is long head or the tricep generally the largest muscle, ergo should be targeted? Well, I don't think you should, just by nature of choosing the most ideal movements for general function of the tricep, which all of your tricep is just elbow extensors, like you're just extending the elbow.
Just slightly extend your shoulder.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. But like overhead, you know, a cable extension with a single arm or something where you're getting like full extension and going through that full range of motion with the most amount of resistance. Like I like decline, like dumbbell lying tricep extensions. Like those are great in that case. But I don't think you need to focus on, because how can you really focus on the long head versus a short head? You know, you're still going to be targeting the whole tricep because the whole tricep is responsible for this movement, you know?
Uh-huh.
You're the expert, though. What do you think?
Oh, you were just cutting up on my stream. What'd you say?
You're the expert on that stuff, though. What do you think?
Oh, yeah. I mean, all the studies show it doesn't really make it. I feel like bodybuilding, we bias things because of, like, you know, small anatomical, like people will say that for the triceps, but then, you know, the bicep also does shoulder flexion, but you don't see a ton of people advising doing shoulder flexion plus bicep curls. But I mean, the long head connects up here and it does like 10% of shoulder flexion, if that. So is it really making a difference? No, the muscle belly's down here. Yeah. So
yeah.
Same thing with the tricep. You'd rather load it up in a way that you can control it and get the most tension out of it than like fucking dick around and find the optimal angle.
Yeah. What I tell people is like, try not to conflate or not conflate, but try not to create too much noise with what works and what doesn't. Like, what have you anecdotally experienced to work the best? And that is probably what's going to work the best, not what someone else told you to do. Yeah. For the most part.
Yeah. There's a progression you can't feel in your shoulder or, you know, in that muscle well. Don't stress over it. Use the progression you feel the best. Yeah, like different injuries and anatomy changes it too. Like my shoulder, I've had 2 surgeries on this one. I can't really get full external rotation. Plus I have nerve damage in it. So overhead, I still mix it in, but it's not my main tricep movement because I can't feel it. That I don't feel the contraction and my pinky goes numb. So I can't grip the rope for long before I lose grip on it. So I end up doing push downs a lot.
Yeah. Are the arm and shoulder feeder workouts that Rich Biana promoted actually worth a damn, or did they just inflame the tissue around the Synthols?
8-hour arm workouts are the truth.
Yeah, I mean more volume.
Just ask Adam.
Yeah, yep. Adam knows. Adam knows this. So I mean, the way I think of it is, let's just say like we go off of the idea that hypertrophy is based around mechanical tension. If you're doing like these pump or feeder workouts, they're just depleting the ability to fully potentiate strength within the given muscle. So why not go in there, warm up enough, and just train at your highest intensity with the highest amount of weight that you can tolerate, and not just do some kind of pump workout. That's the way I look at it, because if we're gauging hypertrophy, if your belief is that hypertrophy happens via mechanical tension, then that's probably what you want to be doing. Most of Rich's arms pre-Synthol were, you know, his arms were quite normal. So I don't think he had anything unique going on, to be honest.
Yes, the 8-hour wank is the key.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. That's the only way you can do it.
I was surprised Adam hadn't heard the Natty Anthem orchestral version, the 8-hour version. I sent it to him one day, and he was like blown away by it. And he's like, "Dude, if I compete again, this is gonna be my song when I come out." He was just he sent me a video. He put it on his. He was driving cat nuts because he had it on his TV, and he was playing it on his TV over and over again.
That's so funny. I love that. That's so funny. Yeah, I do miss Boston. Dude, he's a fucking animal. Dude is wild, bro. Literally just a naturally unfiltered individual.
Yeah.
Hani mentioned something about underhand tricep pull downs to improve the hang of the tricep. Yeah.
Getting the muscle bigger improves the hang.
I'm sure the guy who selectively trains the most genetically elite in the entire industry knows exactly how to get bigger triceps. You know?
Yep.
Have you ever seen Hani? Just like true question. I don't know if this is. I don't know the answer, but has anyone ever seen Hani train somebody from like Joe Schmo to pro? I don't think I've like ever actually seen that be the case.
He trained The Rock. He got bigger as he got older.
Yeah,
blasted a ton of gear.
Probably the man who does the gear is the one that's coaching him. I would assume that the connection is more so the gear, not the specific FSG training. That's crazy. I mean, if the underhand ones work, do them. That's about it. All I can say there. That's for sure. I mean, my arms blew up and I did 30 sets of arms a week.
Runvis is the guy talking about trannies in the Telegram, so we're ignoring him.
Okay. The only trans outlier is the Rock's not natty. Come on, Edgar. You know this. You know this. That man's been on more TRT than there is fucking in a pharmacy. He's fucking been pinning that shit since day one. Him and his dad.
He probably was when he was at Miami as a defensive end.
Yeah. Facts, dude. Facts.
It was a time that you brought up.
Hey, YouTube doesn't monetize you for it now. So.
How many of you aren't in the school, by the way? Because it's free right now.
Yeah, it's free, you guys. Literally just join.
Because we have conversations like this on lives inside of school twice a week. Every time he says it.
I just got a weird call. So, what's our next step with the school? I'm working on I just wrote the script for like the content creation course. So like, or I wrote a bit of it. I wouldn't say all of it.
Yeah, making videos on that. I was just waiting to see what you came up with, so I didn't like.
So like we wrote like everything down that we want to talk about in one. This is like different. Each point is like its own little sub course that we want to talk about.
That's like each point is like a video or like maybe a couple in one video. So
that's all for like content creation and how to monetize content creation. It's a really good place to be.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a little bit before we get all the videos out, but
for real,
it will be very comprehensive.
Joshua Perry says they cook, they clean, and you can punch them in the mouth. Who's the cop gonna believe? You were the guy in the wig.
Jesus.
Oh man, that's the problem.
Well, that one probably just got us demonetized.
Yeah. Yeah, that one's not so great. That's right. Wes Watson doesn't have shit on tack, man. The Ascendancy Collective is the place to be, for sure.
Yo, my chain was supposed to. What the fuck?
Oh, did you order a chain?
Yeah, I got my A chain. I told you I was gonna get it.
I have chains for days. I still have like millions of these. These are just laying around my house. I bought like 6 of them.
My packages are not getting delivered by USPS lately. Arriving tomorrow, I'll get my A chain, my Ascendancy Collective King chain.
Yeah, we're gonna come out with. We're not even lying. We're gonna come out with custom chains for people who reach the Ascendancy level in the Ascendancy Collective.
You got to graduate the business course, though.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. We'll give you real chains. I mean, like real is in there. You can touch them, but they're not. I don't know about real. Real is a bit much.
What's the Skool thing? The Skool thing is our website where it's like a community. It's kind of built like Reddit and Discord almost in a way, where it's like threads on the main page, but we have a classroom where we have videos going through diet, training, we're building the content creation course, blood work, We have a cookbook in there that we paid a professional chef to make for us. So that's all in there. Do you have a link in this description?
Yeah, it should be in the bio.
Yeah. So check the bio. There's a link directly to it. There's a week free trial right now. So go check it out.
Yeah, you can literally get in for free. It's not even paid. I'll put the link in the chat just so y'all have it.
There you go.
I'm glad we keep you out of trouble, Josh. Away from the trannies. Chains over the hood is devious. I would watch out. This is just one of them. I'm so rich I have multiple.
Is that a sleep token hoodie?
No, it's a Berserk.
Oh,
okay. It's an anime thing.
That's the top of it. Kind of looked like their logo. I wonder how much internet traffic is going to OnlyFans around the Arnold. What kind of question is that, Eric? Do you think everybody's blasting so much trend they're gonna be beating their meat the whole Arnold, or what?
Yes. I wonder how much of the internet traffic around the Arnold is going upwards too. I mean, but he's got a point. Like, a lot of the people who are going to be at the Arnold are OnlyFans people.
Are they?
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Like,
I knew Brandon Harding did, and like, you know, Nick Jilly's got his gay for pay, and Shizzy does, but other than that.
I wonder if, I'm going to check something really quick. I got to check if Brandon Harding's ex-girlfriend still subscribes to this channel.
Did she? After that video you made?
I've made like tons of videos, like I like put little subliminal messages in my videos too, just to like call her out so she knows that I know this stuff. But yeah, there's lots of OnlyFans girl dudes. I've refrained from talking about the OnlyFans girls in competing actively because I don't want to like blemish their career. I will if they're like pieces of shit, but there's a lot of girls that do OnlyFans.
I'm not surprised. I was in Vegas and I matched with like 3 or 4 of them, and like one of them wanted me to do it in front of her boyfriend. Like, I'm sure the Arnold's just as bad. So
yeah. Oh, Jordy Dix does still subscribe. Let's go, boys.
There you go.
Let's go. Her and her little sassy get up. She doesn't know how to deal with rich people like this. Fuck Brandon Harding's R8. Stupid ass. Any more successful?
Sleep Token does rock. Actually, Sleep Token's going to be at Louder Than Life now. I just saw the poster today. If you want to go to Louisville in September to see a ton of bands, that's the way to go.
Jose
they got Slayer out of retirement, too.
Jose asks, what is your opinion on loading a muscle with painless pumps pre-workout to force more growth stimulus through inflammation? I heard Beef Stew and other big pros use that method to bring up body parts. Yeah. That's Beef Stew's coach was my coach, and that's something he's very big on. So
Blue?
Yeah. He would have me do 3 cc's of oil in each tricep head. So 9 cc's of oil in each tricep. Pre-workout 3 times a week. So I'd be doing
so you'd pin your gear and 9 cc's of that in your tricep?
Yeah, so I was doing like easily like 30 cc's of fluid a week sometimes, you know. Yeah, it was a lot.
Your triceps.
Yeah, it was fucking painful as shit. I didn't really notice a result. I did it for 9 weeks. All I noticed was it was just fucking messy, blood everywhere all the fucking time, tons of needles, tons of syringes. It's not cheap either. It's really expensive shit. I don't know. I get the idea, the mechano growth factor being stimulated via, expansion, but I don't know if it actually works in practice. And if it does, I'd say it's probably the last thing you want to implement just because of how invasive it is. It's a fucking job, man, to be pinning that much pre-workout. Like 9 cc. It's not just like a cc here, a cc there. It's like you have to do a lot of cc's to get stretch, and it's not fun. I won't lie.
How do you even do like bicep curls of that much like fucking oil just hanging there? Like,
dude, it hurt, man. Your shit was always inflamed. I won't lie, my arms look big as fuck, dude. They look huge, but it was not worth like the how much fucking pain I had to go through to do that.
And was it like that, like real like oily look to them? Like they look big but not like defined. Did you lose?
It wasn't like
detail?
It didn't look like the Synthol boys you see, because I know how to inject, right? So like I'm injecting in the muscle, so the muscles themselves looked really round, but you could tell they weren't naturally round. Like they were I wish I had pictures. Maybe I do, but they were just very inflamed round. It didn't look like they were striated or detailed. It was just like very bubbly, but not normal bubbly. I don't even know how to make sense of that. But it works. I mean, it works like to make you look big in the moment, but I don't think it works to make you look big after, you stop doing it for some time. But my arms definitely looked big for that few weeks, and then it kind of didn't last. I'm trying to find pictures of it. That was a while ago. That was kind of like at the tail end of finishing up. You can see like my arm is like really round on the back. I wonder if I have a better picture. It was so painful, dude. Fucking hated that shit. It's not a good time. Yeah, you can't really see. I don't really have active pictures of it. I wish I would have documented it more. It was kind of taboo when I was doing it, so I didn't really try to talk about it too much. But is I. Is I.
It's probably real big on the message boards back in the day, though.
Yeah.
Those fuckers will try anything.
What do you recommend dosing for Masteron with 500 milligrams test? I would say I usually do a 1-to-1 ratio with Masteron and test for most people. Typically, that's my general recommendation as a really big general idea. Top 3 picks for the Arnold. I don't even know who the fuck is competing outside of Classic.
I don't know the lineup either. I've seen Classic promoted a ton, but I haven't seen anything about Open, to be honest, which is weird. I guess because everybody just assumes Samson's going to win.
I haven't really seen this much. Like, I usually see a lot of marketing around it, but I guess I haven't really seen much this time around.
I've seen a ton with Wesley and Mike for Classic, but I haven't seen anything for anybody else.
It's interesting that Jocko's going to be there. Jocko Willem.
Is Sam Silik doing the Junior Arnold?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So is Hadi Chupon doing it? I think Hadi Chupon.
I think he is. I think I saw something with him training.
Samson, Hadi Chupon. Sean Clarita.
Yeah, Sean, I think he's lost a lot of flow to his physique. He's fucking huge now, but like, have you seen his gut lately?
Yeah.
They posted a picture today. I didn't even recognize him.
Yeah, he's got a big fucking gut, bro. Everyone's commenting midsection blown out on his video. You have James Hollingstead. Ooh, I love him. He's got a great physique. Keon Pearson, but is he doing it? No, he's not. Yeah, Derek Lunsford is doing it.
No, I got most of the guys then. You imagine that it's got to be like Samson, Hadi, Derek. It's like the top 3 in some order. Is Andrew Jack doing it again?
I don't know. Hey Juan, what's up, bro? I would say that probably Derek is gonna win. Hadi Chupon and then Samson. Oh, you think Samson, Derek, James Hall?
I mean, Samson let go of his shadow coach, so we'll see how good his wife really is now.
Yeah. What's your opinion on methylene blue versus capsules? I haven't been able to find much info on capsules efficiencies. I take them both. I think they're both just as good. So I've not noticed a difference.
I'm sure the capsules don't turn your whole fucking mouth blue like on my one YouTube video, though. So
that's the positive.
I was like, yo, I'm going to knock out 4 YouTube videos in a row here. And I fucking did that. And my mouth was just smurfed out the whole time.
I've done the same thing so many times. Samson's relationship is goals. They're a team. Yeah, it is, man. It's nice to have a bitch who supports you like that.
They are. They just didn't acknowledge that they had a lot of help with all the PEDs and recovery part of it, too.
Yeah. Juan's got Derek and Samson. I definitely think Derek's going to win just because it's like he's kind of the boy now. He's a good mix between aesthetic and mass, but he's short. Where Samson is very aesthetic, but very different in terms of his physique. He's tall and aesthetic. And when you have two guys like Derek and Hottie, who are both very short guys, then I don't know if Samson fits in there, to be honest, when you compare them apples to oranges at that point. And I personally, like, I like Samson's physique way more, so I would hope that he does good, and it'd be really cool to see him win, but he just has, like, if I was that big, I would want Samson's physique.
Yeah.
Or
I know Arnold's, I don't know if they'll actually judge that way, but Arnold's always been complaining about the blown out guts and stuff, and he wants smaller waist, but
which to be honest, like, fucking Derek has a really tight waist. Really tight waist. And yeah, I don't see any pictures of Andrew Jack though. I think he's keeping under wraps. Because I don't see a single picture of him online anywhere. I don't know, man. I hope he does good too. It'd be cool to see if if he does well. But I just don't think that Andrew pulls in the conditioning enough, to be honest. I don't think he pulls in the conditioning enough.
Shay asked a good P ratio question up there a little bit.
Where do you see that?
It's 2 above the Samson's relationship with goals.
Could you explain the P ratio, and do you think it's a real thing? I always feel I grow when I'm leaner. Yes, I do think it's a real thing. Now, there's people who don't think it's a real thing, and that's founded by research. So basically what the P ratio is it suggests that when the body fat on a human body increases, nutrient partitioning decreases. So your ability to partition nutrients directly to muscle tissue to some degree is reduced. And so you gain less muscle per pound that you gain. So let's say when you're lean, you gain 70% lean mass when you're gaining weight. Let's say you gain a pound, 70% of that pound is going to be lean mass, 30% of it's going to be fat mass. Well, let's say you get up to 15% body fat. That extra pound you gain is going to be 75% fat mass and only 25% lean mass. That's basically what the P ratio is. So it's like how much fat distribution you have is going to dictate how much muscle you gain per degree of weight gain. And I do think that is in some sense true, because the reality is we see it time and time again in bodybuilding. I think most bodybuilders are going to make the most amount of progress in their post-show phase. Like, that's when they make the majority of their progress.
I think an update to it was that you actually put on the same amount of muscle when you're fat, but you partition so much more towards fat. You put on so much more fat that by the time you cut it down, you don't actually put on any net muscle because you've chewed through all that mass to get back down there.
Yeah.
Or something about that they were saying. But it's the same concept at the end of the day. You want to stay lean to put on mass. So,
yeah. Edgar asks if I'm looking if I'm looking to get back into competing. Probably not, dude. I like fighting too much. I just haven't had the time to. I haven't had a place to fight. That's kind of the shitty thing. But I like fighting more than I like competing at this point. And to be honest, like, I just don't want to run tons of gear anymore. Not because I think it's like this awful thing or anything, just because it's just not where my head's at. Like, I realized last time I did a massive cycle, I was like, what am I even doing this for? I just spent most of my day working, sitting on a chair, and then training, and then doing Muay Thai. That was when I was in Thailand. And I was like, fuck it, dude. I'm just going to do like 200 MIGs, see what I feel like. And that's just what I've done ever since, and been just fine. So I've like lost a lot of weight, dude. I was like 260 pounds. Now I'm like I was like 228 last time I weighed myself. So I've lost a shit ton of weight from my biggest, but it's like, I really don't care, man. I feel great, to be honest. So it's kind of indifferent to me. I'll show y'all what I was at my biggest, dude. I fucking look at these videos. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this shit right here, bro. Look how fucking yoked I was. I was like a monster. 260 pounds, brother. Man, I miss those days. But yeah, pretty much done with that. Not because I don't like bodybuilding, just because I have tons of clients who are way more genetically gifted than me, if I'm being honest. I don't think I need to compete and I would rather spend my time making sure that they're 100% than making sure I'm 100%. Is basically what I mean to say.
Yeah. At some point, you realize you're not going to go pro anyway. So what does it really matter? If you don't get off to being on stage half naked, then
yeah,
it's not worth it.
Exactly. Plus, like most of your money is made in this sport, anyways, out of the sport. So the
Oh,
reality is like you're gonna make most of your money through content creation, and you're gonna make most of your money through doing, brand deals and stuff like this. So it doesn't like Eric what is his name?
Janicki,
Janicki.
Janicki.
Yeah, he's a fucking phenomenal bodybuilder. His physique is crazy. Doesn't want to compete anymore. He fucking makes tons of money just making content. So it's like,
Well, that and he actually it hurt his business. The same thing with Mike Israetel.
yeah,
Like it hurts his business side when he competes.
yeah,
Steve made a really good video on that, in like 2020 or so, where he talked about how he never competed, but he just loves the lifestyle,
yeah,
and he'd rather do that, and make money, still look really good, but he doesn't really have a desire to go on stage and
yeah.
compete.
It's just like that last 8 weeks, dude. You lose so much productivity, and everyone thinks you're a shitbag because you're just so low on energy. No one gets it. They think they get it, but then when you don't respond to them in time, or you know, you're just not giving 100% because you don't have it, people get real mad at you, and it's just not worth that.
I don't know how Paul does it. Paul
I don't either.
coaches, and like he'll coach people at the same fucking show as him somehow.
Yeah, I don't either. I respect him. He also says his preps are wildly easy though, which
Yeah.
they definitely are.
Well, he's to the point now where it's hard for him to keep weight on. Like we went to dinner in November, I think. Yeah, a Brazilian restaurant. He was telling me he was losing weight, so he just fucking hammered everything. He didn't turn that thing over to red until like I was like ready to tap
That
out.
motherfucker eats, dude. When we went to dinner, in during the Olympia, we our table spent like 4 grand on food. It was like $3,899, and he got like 3 entrees, 2 appetizers, like just fucking. That's like, dude, that's crazy, bro. I'm over here eating a fucking steak and a seafood tower, thinking I'm like eating big, and I'm just like looking over at old ass Paul, and he's just like, what the fuck,
It's
man?
crazy because he said after his show, like when I talked, that was November. When was his show? It was like August or something like that. He lost like 15 pounds, like eating everything on track, eating McDonald's multiple times a week and shit. But he was just losing weight because
Yeah.
his calorie load needs to be so high now.
I believe it, man. It's crazy. Some people have it easy like that. Like I have, like one of my clients, Sean. He's the guy we did the prison interview with. He's a tiny
Oh,
dude, but
he's always bitching about
so
how many calories you have eaten.
he's like eating a lot compared. Like I have a guy who's like 240 plus pounds right now, eating like 1,800 calories to make it for his fucking show. And it's like, dude, Sean's eating like big time as a tiny little guy. I'm like, some people are just built different like that.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Well, Andrew does that too. Andrew's always up over
Andrew's
4,000
a freak,
calories.
bro. His shit's different, man. When we bring his calories down to like 4,000, he'll just start dropping weight like a fucking rock. I'm like, dude, this is ridiculous. He has to eat tons of food, and if he even misses a meal, it's over. He flattens out. Like you could see it too, which is crazy to me. Like I've never witnessed it myself, like as a person, but seeing him, it's like you really kind of realize what those individuals who are genetically gifted work like, because he'll miss a meal and then the next day he's flat as fuck. Like you can see it in his physique, like his shoulders are less capped, and it's just like the weirdest thing to me, dude.
That's the Roman effect, where Roman
Yeah,
needs to order everything on the McDonald's menu to stay full.
yeah. Peak
The
with
shows,
fucking
yes.
McFlurries, and yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. He was eating what, like 1,600 grams of carbs at one point?
Yeah.
Just fucking high
He would
days.
eat that a
Crazy.
day with 100 IUs of
Yeah.
Lantus every day. It's
Yeah.
crazy, dude.
He's had 4 hip replacements.
And then he'd have, yeah, and 4 hip replacements and fucking shredded glutes all year round. It's like, what is even happening? If you could live anywhere in the world, what country would you live in besides Thailand? So I would live in the Balkans. So probably Romania, Albania, or Serbia, one of the three. Maybe I've been to Serbia, so I know more about Serbia. I've like walked all over Belgrade, and all over those places. I've been to Croatia and Bosnia. I don't love Croatia. Bosnia's pretty good. I would say that probably Serbia if I was to live anywhere else, or Vietnam. It's basically Thailand number two. So
Nom.
yeah, Vietnam or Cambodia maybe. One of the two.
Great history there.
Um,
I can't comment. I've only been to Canada, so
damn, really?
yeah. I mean,
Think
and that was
about
to go to Niagara Falls because I'm from New York, so we just drove over the border and back.
thinking about doing like a retreat with people to Vietnam actually.
I'd have to get a passport.
You don't have a passport?
No, I've never been out of the States. Haven't needed one.
Fuck Christ. Please, fuck Christ.
See, I like going to like Vegas and the beach and shit usually for vacation, so I'm good with that.
Hey man, it's cheap. I'll get
That and then finding out what to do with my dog. If I take like a whole 2 weeks, I got to pay $30 a day just to board him.
Yeah, it's different. Like I can bring Mia everywhere I go. So
yeah, well, if he wasn't 80 fucking pounds, I could register him for something, but he's not gonna fit on many places.
Big motherfucker. Is high carb, high protein better than high fat, high protein for? Yeah, of course. Carbohydrates synthesize into glycogen, muscle glycogen. Muscle glycogen converts into ATP, which is how you produce force. And generally, the more carbohydrate or glycogen you have, the more you can produce force. But fat does not convert into well, it can be used as energy, but it's not going to be used as energy efficiently. It's going to be very poor, and you also get intramuscular triglyceride buildup, which inhibits progress and performance. So generally speaking, you want if you're looking to maximize performance, any athlete who is based on who is measured on their performance will tell you that carbohydrates are the way to go.
Yeah, and you also get a better look too. Think of like in the 90s, Palumbo and all those guys that ate tons of high fat, high protein diets and how their fucking guts look.
Yeah, true.
Like it's not worth doing the high fat diet, in my opinion. Some guys can get away with it, but it's just not the best.
Yeah. Also, now that I'm thinking about it, Colombia would be another place I'd go to. Juan knows what's up.
A lot of good creatine there.
Yeah. Lots of good everything. Everything's good there. Do a meetup in Thailand, Ho Long Bay for the win. Great diving and climbing. I would definitely do that. That or like in the mountains of Chiang Mai would be super cool as well. South America, a lot of sketchy stories. There is a lot of sketchy stories from South America. Maybe Juan has some sketchy stories, but he's from Colombia. But in terms of Southeast Asia, there's some sketchy stories, but it's kind of just, like if you don't try to get fucking in shit, you won't get in shit. It's generally really safe, I think, for most people, except like the white moms who don't know what they're doing.
Or hanging out with Tony Hughes and Conor Murphy.
Yeah, that's the bad choice too. Those psychopaths. It's fucking crazy.
What did Conor do to himself? I haven't watched any of his shit since like his whole OnlyFans with the tranny and.
Oh man!
But he's got like some big ass cut like across his stomach now.
Yeah.
Did he get fucking stabbed or something?
Oh my god! Yeah, he went psycho, beat up his girlfriend. This happened
again.
Yeah, this happened across the street from me while I was there. By the way, so like he can say what he wants. I know what the fuck happened. Beat up his girlfriend, and then she defended herself and jabbed him with a fucking knife. So he had to get sewed up, and that's what happened.
Yeah, because it looks like a big old like keloid scar. It's like hanging out there.
He got in that. She got in that motherfucker. He beat her and her sister up. Super awesome guy. Super fucking awesome guy.
Yeah, that whole harem they pay for is really up and up. Mm-hmm. That was wild. I was seeing advertisements. Tony was putting them on Facebook, like pushing them on Facebook to like recruit people to come like build his harem with him.
What?
In Thailand. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, that's.
I was laughing my ass off. I sent it to Paul. I think I don't know if I sent it to you. This is probably back in October or something like that. I was on Facebook ads, like messing around, and his ads started popping up to help him build his harem. Come over in Thailand.
That's some wild shit, dude. That's wild. I'm gonna take a piss really quick. Hold on.
Yeah, and that's when Tony was making all those AI videos he was posting everywhere too. Most accurate metric, definitely tracking your weight along with like having a coach or somebody with a good eye doing body fat assessments with you each week. That's probably the best way because then you can kind of assess body fat. Plus, you notice your weight going up. So you can tell if it's good or bad weight based on how that's progressing. This harem is below average. Yeah, they probably do support the harem with Swiss Cubs. I actually had a guy hit me up this week. He came on as a client and he was trying to use Swiss Cubs Clomid and crashed all of his shit. They're Clomid and HCG. And then he got real HCG and all of a sudden his test shot right up. So I wouldn't trust them. below average girls. A harem of 4s. Yeah, dude, it was wild. I was seeing ads everywhere for that shit.
Hey.
I answered Chase's question, but I don't know if you want to elaborate on it too.
Which one?
I just talked about tracking muscle growth, doing check-ins.
How do you find them? Yeah, that's a good question. I usually use triangular tracking. So like I'll do strength. I'll have people track their training metrics. And so I'll do strength to make sure they're progressing on a weekly basis. I'll do weight and I'll do like circumference of with specific people, especially individuals who struggle with weight, circumference of muscles, like arms and thighs mostly. So I tried to basically make my changes based on is strength increasing? If the answer is yes, is body composition improving or maintaining? If the answer is yes, then we don't make any changes. If the answer is no to one of those things, then we need to make changes. That's kind of how I look at it. Is that a neon duck behind you? It sure is. There's a neon duck with headphones on. The closest one I could find to something relevant to what I do, which is like work out with headphones on. So, yes, headphones on. I've used DSIP, but I didn't get a ton out of it. I also didn't get a ton out of it. Do you guys run any sleep staff? Is what Edgar asked. I don't do anything particular. I just use magnesium, bisglycinate, and then zinc, and that's it. I don't really run anything else extra curricular. I will use Trazodone when I'm traveling, but that's it.
So Taylor, I overrated them as a harem of 4s. It's more like 2s.
I wish I could. Hold on. Can I do this?
What?
I would like to share my screen, but I haven't set it up, so it would like cancel out the whole stream, and I don't want to do that.
Oh.
But next time I'll set it up so I can share my screen, because then we can like review content together, which I think would be super fun.
We can rate Tony's harem 1 to 10.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna do. I was gonna go to his Instagram profile. Man, he was at the Olympia, bro, and he like came over and was looking at me and trying to talk to me, and I just kept walking away. I was so fucking awkward. I'm like, God damn it, I'm gonna have to deal with him again at the Arnold. I do not like that, man. He just reeks of bad news. He gets the gym. Yeah, well, that's the thing. He gives them all boobs jobs, like every time. Harem of 2 adds up to 10. That's true. 2 times 3 equals 6, so he's going somewhere. Bare minimum.
Yeah, Shay, I run everything through like an app that gives me their subjective and like objective measurements, and I just redo all that on the check-ins usually. So they do it every day, and then I get a weekly check-in for it. So then it gives us all the data to go over, plus the picture reviews, plus the weight average daily weight for a 7-day rolling period is what I care more about than the actual check-in weight, because they could have a high day or a low day, weight goes up and down. If you train legs, you're going to retain more water the day after from inflammation. So you really would care about that 7-day average of weight when you're trying to assess body weight gain and loss too.
Yeah. Literally running the numbers game, basically. Hey, man. I know he's doing better than some of you in here. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Get on me all you want for being a passport, bro, but it is what it is, man. Shit cooks, bro. Shit cooks. Well, shall we call her tonight?
Yeah, I don't see any new questions coming in.
Yeah.
Go join the school
more frequently, you guys. I think the best place to do more Q&A based content is going to be the school, though, just because it's something that we can both find time to commit to. We're doing this for free. It is really time. Like, I'm just looking at my phone. I have 139 messages since I got on here. So, like, doing these is a lot more time consuming than it might seem. And so the Skool is somewhere we can guarantee that we show up every time on time. Like it's on the calendar ahead of
Mhm.
time, weeks ahead of time, so you know
Yeah.
exactly when we'll be on.
And you'll get email notifications that'll tell you when it's coming up. It's not like this where you got to be in the Discord to get it popped or have the notification bell and hope that YouTube decides to let you know. I know sometimes they'll let you know like Colton went live, but it's like an hour later and you already fucking missed it. So
Yeah.
the Skool, you know what it's going to be. It's going to be that same time every week.
And there's a lot more, like so much more, you guys. Seriously.
Yeah.
Great.
And it's community. So if you go in there and drop an introduction post, like let us know like your background and all that, like introduce yourself because people are messaging each other in there and building friendships and stuff. So that's another cool part of it.
Cool. All right, folks. Thank you for being here.